Hey peoples, it's me Tristan and
Oodyswe.
and
Hello.
yeah. And this is and here's a disclaimer. It's only an audio recording session, so no video footage. So if you're working on some models, painting stuff, then just listen to that.
Yep. And welcome to this is like our first part of our ongoing project that we are going to start. Which is going to be the Game of Thrones project.
Totally.
Yeah. So for the first thing we are going to tell you is that this is a video that is in probably will be in two parts. That we are going to make one of the parts on each of our channels. So we are going to put links below or on the screen or something. So you guys are gonna have to go to the links so you can watch the whole thing. So you are gonna go to both of mine and Sgt Tristans channels. And you have to bear with us now because this is like our first podcast / talk thingy. So we are going to do our best for you guys, and we are actually recording this in Audacity because we have had very big problems with the recording programs that we have tried to do. So we are going to try this to match this as good as we can in the editing. So I hope this will be good for you.
Yeah, me too. So let's introduce ourselves. I'll be the first brave one. Tristan, and I do stuff on the YouTubes. Yeah, and you're oodyswe.
Yeah, I'm oodyswe, and or as you can call me by my name, Adam, if you want to. So I am also having a YouTube channel that I think is super awesome. But I am putting up mostly updates of my projects and so on, of what of the stuff I'm painting and so. So that is what I do.
Yeah, that's what we do. So, anyways, this is the Game of Thrones project. That it's our homage to the George R. Martin's great masterpiece.
Yep.
And I really enjoyed the TV show and the books as well. All really great stuff all around.
Yeah, they are great.
And well, this project I guess started out with British Legion 1's like Game of Thrones projects that that he has going on. Like he's doing those armies. You know that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Using the different Games Workshop and other miniatures to represent those armies.
Yes. He will do some great stuff. I think so.
And then you found this or showed me the really cool miniature company that is producing some let's say Game of Thrones miniatures.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that later, right?
Yes, we will. I actually got inspired of just like I at first I didn't know that British Legion was doing that until you was telling me.
Yeah.
But I had been thinking about making some kind of Game of Thrones themed thing before, because you get so inspired by the books and the TV series, and you just want more of the Game of Thrones stuff, so you want to incorporate it into your wargaming or something like that, because that is something that we do. And then
I guess. Sorry.
Yeah, no, talk.
I think I remember Joey Berry is doing her Lizardmen in the style of Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, she does. Yeah.
So, and I think listening to all of those ideas and projects really inspired this or boosted this idea.
That got you made me even more wanting to make this kind of thing. To watch their stuff, like Joey Berry's thing is so genius, like the Slanister, the Slon Mage Priest, so fun, and so on.
So, for those who don't know what Game of Thrones is or what's it about and what's the theme in there, could you like give the introduction to this?
Oh yeah. For you who are not aware of what Game of Thrones is, it is a high fantasy. It is high fantasy novels or so that are written by George R. R. Martin, a brilliant American author, and he has been doing these books since the early 90s, I think, or something like that. And the latest book he released was last year, and it is everything is like it is in the world of Westeros, it is called, and the main theme is like there are different kingdoms or houses, like 7 kingdoms as they are saying, and that are ruled by different houses, and so which are big noble families or so that are kind of there are these intrigues and everything, and everyone wants to, like almost everyone wants to sit on the Iron Throne, as it is called. The one that are sitting on the Iron Throne in King's Landing are like the king of the 7 kingdoms, the ruling man, or what you say, and all of the other houses are just like lesser vassals or so on. But yeah, and there are these normal themes. So it is medieval. In the beginning, you can like see that there are not much like fantasy at all in it, or so. But as longer you go in the books and the series, you can see that things are happening for some reasons and so on. Like in the world, the old magics have died, like the dragons are all dead, and the magic and sorcerers and wizards are like almost gone, and they're like, it is almost like a myth with these things like giants and everything on the in the north, by the way. There is like this giant wall that
Sorry.
No problem. That was built up because of on the other side of this wall there are like these wildlings and everything that wants to go down to the more civilized land and wreak havoc or something. And there was once like giants and all these kind of different things that are lurking on the north, on the other side of this giant ice wall, that are being guarded by these the Black Watch, that they are called, that are guarding the wall so no one will get past it, and so to the civilized lands or so.
I think like the main thing that separates it from most of the books I've read about high fantasy and stuff, it's that it's not shiny and happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the author like treats his characters really, really nastily, or like there's no such thing as like the hero will always survive, or
exactly.
So it gives this really realistic and dark theme to it.
Yeah, it is really realistic in that way, like, and it have that really medieval realistic feel to it, like with the noble houses and like the lesser people, and how everyone is treated, how women are treated, and everything like that.
I guess a lot of the stuff can be the same as in medieval times that was in Europe and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting thing, especially now with the series. It's really impressive stuff.
Yeah, it is really good stuff. It is. They like, I guess it's some. Yeah, it is. I think it is like the biggest TV series that, or most expensive that have ever been made, actually. they are like have put it to a very big scale, and they are the TV series are following the books very good, but they have done some changes.
Some changes, yeah, but actually, I personally, I think those changes haven't been bad.
No, they haven't. They have been actually good. So
Yeah.
I'm not complaining about that.
Exactly. So, but as this last thing, I guess, when talking about what this project is about, I guess we should mention that it's also meant as a bit of inspiration to get British Legion 1 painting up his Game of Thrones stuff.
Yeah. This is all because of that. No.
All because of him.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
No, but yeah.
So we're gonna talk about the goals of this project, and then after that about why
Yeah.
are we doing this, and how could you like participate,
Yeah.
and then we go on to what house we will be choosing.
Yeah.
Or like the faction, and what's next, like after that.
We are going through true scale or heroic scales models,
Yeah.
and then we are going to discuss a little bit about what kind of models you can use, and if there are any official Game of Thrones models on the market. And we are going to talk about the heroes and characters and why we like them. And then you can take the other stuff.
And then we can like talk about what rules can we use, or could we make up the rules ourselves, and yeah, that's and then we'll see how it develops.
Yeah.
And we'll try to keep this at least inside 1 hour, so it won't be insanely long.
Yeah. Let's try to do this.
So I'm gonna ask you this interesting question. What's the goal of this project? Like, what are we trying to achieve?
I guess that we are trying to achieve like a displayable army or so for the like ongoing season 3 of Game of Thrones that are going to start in the like 31st of March, I think, or
March, yeah, like in the end of March.
Yeah, in the end of March. So it is going to like be going on for about I guess 10 weeks after that, if they are sending one episode in the week, I guess. So we are going to try to make up our armies and make this as a project, making characters and everything, just to make it as a fun project to go about the season 3 season of Game of Thrones now, which I guess many of you are going to watch.
Hope so, because it's really fun to watch it.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, one of the good sides of this project is that we can like reach out and look at or order, and the models we're gonna use are different to the ones that we usually use. Or
Yeah.
Something. So we get to experiment with new stuff.
Yeah.
And see a lot of new companies, I guess.
Yeah, of course. We are going to do that. So you guys will probably get into much new stuff that you haven't seen before. If you're not into much other stuff than Warhammer and so on, like those kind of companies, the bigger ones. So we are going to make this kind of interesting when we are using models from different companies, other companies.
And of course, you as the listener or viewer, sometimes you can also take part. That if you're like really into Game of Thrones or just are interested in it, come along with the journey with us and choose a house and do all that stuff.
Yeah, so you can like get into this also. It is one of the main things that we're trying to do too, that we're gonna get so many people as we can into the Game of Thrones
All of
universe.
the people.
All of the people. We need them all.
We need all of them. Yes.
And if you have been criticizing or been skeptic about Game of Thrones, like, nah, I don't want to watch it, it's too mainstream and everything, don't even think like that. I have a friend that is like that, and I think that is kind of sad that she doesn't want to watch the Game of Thrones stuff because so many other people are doing it, and so that is not the main thing that it is popular right now. There is a reason why it is popular. The books have been out for so long, and it is some of the best fantasy books that I have read right now, as far as I have come in the series, and like absolutely one of the best TV series out there. So
yeah, exactly. And the fan base that was with the books before the series, it was huge already.
yeah,
And it was really loyal fan base.
Yeah.
And now it's like they really enjoy the series as well.
yeah.
So, but you introduced the universe of the Game of Thrones
Yeah,
theme, and but as we're building armies, we have to choose like factions, right? And houses that we're gonna be playing and building,
yeah.
and playing, or painting and stuff. So, what's the house you're going for and why?
I am going with the House Lannister then, which is like the richest family in Westeros, and they are having
Show off.
yeah, they are at the western side of the continent, like in the middle of the continent, and one of the biggest families in the Seven Kingdoms that have been for a long time trying to get a seat in on the Iron Throne or so, and but the thing is that makes me interested in them are many of their characters or so. But we are going.
Yeah, they have in the series and in the books. They have lots of really interesting characters.
Yeah,
and
they're
they're opposing each other or something.
Yeah.
And it's
there are kind of this kind of intrigues just inside of their family or so, and not just between them and other families, and so there's like this kind of power struggle in their family, which is kind of interesting. And they are having, I think they're having a cool disciplined army, what it seems like, and they are having great generals and fighters and so on. When I was choosing houses, I was going between the Lannisters or the Baratheons, as we were talking about when we were talking about this before. But I didn't choose the Baratheons because they are not having so many of these warrior characters that are at the moment in the series or so on. Not that I know of, at least, but the Lannisters have several interesting characters, these warrior characters Sandor Clegane that I love, and Tywin Lannister, and these other cool warriors, and I think that is a bit of an important part if you are doing a wargaming army, that they are having some good leaders and warriors for that, so that you can incorporate it in the army. So that's
so what's the theme of the army, or what are the colors, and what's the coat of arms of Lannisters?
The coat of arms that the Lannisters are using are a golden lion, and they are going and with a crimson red background or so. So their armies are mostly this crimson red color, with the yellow lion on their banners and so on. So that is mostly their theme, I guess.
Yeah, and what's the period of your army? I mean, the book is taking place in different time periods, and there's also the history behind
Yeah.
that world and stuff. And
Ma-
where do you place your army?
It is in the current storyline, I think, because of all the characters. So it is the current army of like the Lannisters, I guess, because of all the characters, Tywin Lannister, the current leaders, and so on.
Yeah, I can see why you went for that army.
Yeah.
It's a lot of interesting stuff.
Yeah, there are. So why did you choose your army, and what army are you choosing?
So I went with. I was thinking about, of course, the Starks or the men in the north.
Oh yeah,
because they're like this. They're like the main characters.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes in the book.
Yeah.
And you really want them to succeed or something.
Mm.
But then again, I wanted to try something else because I've seen people. Most of the people like Starks, so
Yeah.
there's another house I really like, and it's the house Targaryen.
Oh yeah.
In the storyline, of course, they aren't that important
No,
at that time and place.
not in the beginning, at least. There.
Yeah, and their goat farms is a black shield with a red dragon,
Yeah.
and their like motto or words are like fire and blood,
Oh yeah.
and they're really. Seems to me that they're an elite army, and I went
Yeah.
for this historical setting, not
Yeah.
the current setting, but the time when the Targaryens came and conquered the Westeros
Yeah.
or the world. And because I want to paint up a dragon, I've never painted up a dragon before.
Oh yeah. That must be awesome. I mean, to paint up a dragon. I haven't done that yet too.
Yeah, and if Dan Buster is listening, probably he knows why I really wanted that dragon from him.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that would be awesome and OP with a dragon in your army.
Well, yeah. But hey, Targaryens are like. Of course, there is this dark side to the Targaryens because they were. They have this thing that they like incest.
Oh yeah, the Lannisters have some of that too.
Hey, but man, it's like the medieval world. Stuff happens.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But the Targaryens are doing that because of they are like having dragon blood. They are saying, I think.
Yeah, it's like a myth or something.
Yeah.
Dragon blood.
They want to like they don't want to thin out their bloodline or something like that because of their dragon
and,
blood or something.
One more explanation why I went with Targaryens in the history, because like the last dragon died a few hundred years before this story.
Oh yeah.
And at the beginning of the story, the Targaryen house is destroyed.
Yeah.
It has been like they were the kings of the Seven Kingdoms.
Yeah.
But then there was this rebellion or uprising.
Yeah.
And the king was slain.
Yeah.
And the Targaryens are in flight. They're like over the sea, hiding themselves. So.
Oh yeah, the two only remaining Targaryens that are left.
Supposedly.
Yeah, the story-wise, the Lannisters slaughtered the rest of them when they when they took King's Landing.
So I guess this is a nice opposing forces.
Yeah.
I really hope that maybe in the end of this project we could actually get together and play a game.
Yeah, I really
from the armies.
that is something that I want to do, is to like they're all like sheep, what do you call it? Not fairies, or what do you call it?
Yeah, let's call them elves.
Yeah, but ships that are going from Stockholm to Tallinn.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't mention before, but maybe you get it from our accents, but we're not like
English or American.
native English talking people. I'm from Estonia, and you are from
Sweden.
Yes. the land of Vikings.
Yeah.
And death and blood.
And you are the land of I don't really know.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Wi-Fi. Yeah, because that's our thing.
Yeah.
So, but what are the other good options for, like, if the listener wants to get in on this project but doesn't want to do the same houses that we are doing?
Yeah.
That we talked about, like House Stark.
Yeah.
That's the north.
Yeah.
And they're like Vikings or
yeah.
Anglo-Saxons or something.
The Greyjoys are like a little bit like these raiding guys. They are almost like Vikings because of their long ships and so on, and they are having a very brutal way to live on, and so they are like their house motto is like, we do not sow, so they are into plundering and everything of that.
Yeah, I mean, you could, because they like horses and stuff. I think that you could resemble them with Normans.
Yeah, and that is
England.
characteristic with the Greyjoys. They like don't use cavalry, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
'Cause,
I
I didn't know that.
that is why they are like only attacking by the shores and so on. They don't really want to get too close into the mainland or so, because that is not their strength or so. Their strength,
and they're in low numbers as well.
yeah, their strength are in their ships, and so they are having very many ships, and so.
And there's also the House Baratheon,
Oh yeah,
which is a really great choice for an army.
the badasses.
'Cause, actually, they have two factions you could go for, right?
Baratheons.
Yes.
I guess so.
Like, 'cause they're like.
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying now.
Yes, exactly, right.
Yeah, if you are talking about if you go with Stannis
Baratheon
or Renly Baratheon or like Robert Baratheon or so.
Yeah, they're brothers. And
Yeah.
Robert Baratheon is the king in the beginning of the series
Yeah.
of the Seven Kingdoms.
Yeah.
So.
And I think that he is one of the coolest characters in Game of Thrones. By the way.
Robert Baratheon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
At least like his pre-story before the Game of Thrones books. So if you say like that, because he was such a great warrior and true badass with his big giant warhammer, and he was one of the armies that made this rebellion against the Targaryens, against the Mad King, as he was called.
Yeah, I guess like Robert Baratheon was the one who started the civil war.
Yeah, with the Starks.
Not against the Starks, but
What did you say?
not against the Starks, but with the Starks.
Yeah, I said that, I think. Or did I do that?
Yeah, you said, but I wanted to like
Did I say against?
emphasize that. No, you didn't say that against that. I wanted to emphasize.
Oh,
that
yeah.
Maybe someone thought.
Oh yeah.
But there's one more army, I guess, that would be really great to make. But if you haven't read the book or if you haven't seen the series and you want to, and you don't want anything to be spoiled,
Yeah.
I guess now is the time that you maybe don't want to know this information, but the army behind the wall is also a really cool thing you could go for.
What did you say? The army behind the war?
Yeah, behind the wall.
Oh yeah, behind the wall. Oh yeah, of course. We can say a little bit about that. I think
Yeah.
I don't think we are spoiling too much, because that has like been a problem.
I mean, yeah, the first like paragraph in the first book is about those guys.
Yeah, so I guess we can take it up.
Yeah. So it's the let's say undead. In a way.
What did you say?
Undead.
Oh yeah, there are talk about these like undead or something. The White Walkers that they are called.
Yeah.
That was for century. That was coming for centuries ago from the north to like pester the land of men or so. I don't know what their purpose was. I haven't come that far in the books or so, but they were like going crazy, killing everything. I think.
Yeah.
So
that's the reason they built the wall.
Yeah, and because of the wildlings, I guess, or.
Yeah, because of them also.
But one thing that we didn't bring up was that there is like this crazy winters.
Oh yeah, the changing of the seasons.
Yeah, so like the winter is a incredibly bad thing in Westeros, because it is not like our winters, but the winters are like and the summers are on like undecided times. There are not like for some months or something like, but they are for years or so. Like the summers maybe are not that long, but the winters are often very much longer than the summers or so. And when the winters are coming, it is a kind of a bad thing, because you can't harvest and everything, and with the winter the White Walkers are coming or something like that. That is what have happened before, at least for centuries ago.
Yeah, that's the myth about around this thing.
Yeah, the Stark's motto are winter is coming, by the way.
Yeah, they're really bad at
that
it.
they are.
Sean Bean, oh man, that guy is the best.
What did he say?
Sean Bean.
Yeah, Sean Bean, of course, that are playing Eddard Stark in the series.
Yeah.
Oh, he's such a good actor. Awesome, and awesome
So,
character too.
Yeah. So now we have covered the story or the fluff behind the thing.
Yeah.
And we've told what houses we went for.
Yeah.
And this is the first part of our introduction video, right?
Yeah.
And now this video will end. You will get a link in the end of this video. Just press on it and it will take you to the second part, where we'll talk about miniatures, of course, and what more?
The characters and rule systems and how you
And other stuff, right?
Yeah, how you can take part in this and everything.
So have fun, and you'll yeah, thanks. So thank you,
Thank you.
and
We'll stop.
click on the link.